Hey, what is going on? Becker here, and welcome. I'm sure you've been waiting for this section because when it comes to SEO, all people want to hear about is building them links. And I'm going to be getting into the how and why of link building. And I realize the how and why videos have been kind of just an overview, but this one is very important. Do not skip it. It's extremely important you watch this video because I'm going to be explaining power link building, and I'm going to explain why it is exactly what Google is looking for and really lets you understand why it is so hard to penalize and why it is just so damn safe. I'm also going to be explaining why it is so powerful and then showing you kind of a quick overview. This is extremely important so you understand why this strategy works and why it's been around for so long and why it is so incredibly safe. So we're going to hop into that now. Okay, so the first thing you really got to understand is what Google wants. What Google really favors right now in the search engine rankings, especially if you throw it in, is they want branded, trusted info sites. What do I mean by this? Big, broad info sites that are just known for being authorities in a topic. And then you can notice a lot of times Google will then rank these sites with very little backlinks for virtually every broad term or term out there. Examples of this are like ultimateguitartabs.com, WikiHow, HowStuffWorks.com, WebMD. Virtually any medical term you type in, WebMD is going to show up. And it does this, guys, because 9.5 out of 10 times these sites have reliable info. They're the best sources of info. I'm sure you agree with me. When you are looking to diagnose, I don't know, that wart on your foot, and you ask Google why you have a wart on your foot, you're going to go to WebMD first or somewhere like that instead of a little website called wartonmyfoot.com. There's really no need for it to rank niche sites or sites that just focus on just one topic because these sites already got it covered. And we want to use the power. We want to use the PR power that we talked about in the earlier videos to rank our sites, but we want to use the brand type power that these sites have going for them to gain that broad trust that is going to allow us to just rank for everything very easily and become kind of a landmark site. Let me hop over to Google real quick and just kind of show you this. Alright, so if I type in Ninja Guitar Tabs, first thing that shows up is ultimateguitar.com, not Ultimate Tabs, and 911 tabs. These are just authority sites right here, and each of these pages right here, I'm not going to dig into them, has no backlinks going to it. If we type in Metallica tabs, alright, I type that in, Ultimate Guitar shows up. If I type in white kangaroo guitar tabs, alright, you can see Ultimate Guitar just shows up like that. It's because it's this big, broad info site. You don't see white kangaroo guitar tabs showing up. You don't see Metallica guitar tabs.com showing up because Google knows this site has it covered. It's going to rank this site without those backlinks. And so that's the type of rankings we really want to have going on with our websites. And we want to have a brand going behind it because that's what Google looks at. Again, if you type in just, I don't know, how to cure warts on foot, all right, what you're going to see showing up, WebMD, because they don't have backlinks going to this. WebMD doesn't really have, it has SEO, they have an SEO team, but it's not really based around backlinks anymore. It's based around optimizing their pages so it gets picked up for all this kind of stuff. And you see Google's going to rank stuff like How Stuff Works and WebMD. In order to have a really strong foot in these type of searches, like, you know, for example, if you type in, you know, online guitar lessons, you need to be able to have that broad kind of brand like ShredSource has going. It makes it extremely more powerful when you're doing this. So let's hop back. Now the links going to a brand site almost always follow this pattern, and this is what Google wants to see. 80%, actually more like 95% of the links going to the site are brand links. Okay, if I have a ShredSource site and it's about online guitar lessons, 95% of the links are not going to be about online guitar lessons. They're going to be like Source Shred Guitars, ShredSource.com, ShredSource, check out ShredSource. They're all going to be brand links or the URL and stuff like that. That's how every site on the internet's links look that is big. It's not, they don't go and say, check out my online guitar lessons for beginners. They just literally go in and put these brand links in there. Now, we're not going to be ranking our sites with brand links, but we're going to be using brand links to make it so we can be extremely aggressive, very subtly with our other links and jam them up there while having trust. Now, if you look at the top rankings of big sites, they all have tons of links with no pattern except this. This is the only pattern they have. The anchor text is completely random. It's just topic-based. For example, WebMD will have anchor text like health, how to cure warts, how to fix acne, everything. Basically, any medical term you can think of. Same thing with Ultimate Guitar. We'll have Metallica tabs, Taylor Swift tabs, buy guitars. It just has everything based around a niche. That's what we really want. And we want those relevant keywords too. They're called kind of synonyms, all right? But you will never see these sites. You will never see Ultimate Guitar with 1,000 backlinks that say Metallica tabs all going to the same page. They just don't do that. Now, they also don't have anything that resembles a commercial anchor text pattern at all. And if you have a commercial anchor text pattern, it's asking for it. For example, if Ultimate Guitar went and had 200 links that all said online guitar lessons going to a page that says online guitar lessons, it'd be extremely obvious that's a commercial anchor text pattern. They're just making those anchor texts, making that page to go out there and do that. What a lot of SEOs then get dinged for is they have that exact same pattern on their site, so it's so easy for Google to kind of separate the herd. If you want to tell what site is doing SEO, look at the one that has all the links on it, 50%, 30% links that say online guitar lessons, and then look at Ultimate Guitar, where like 1 out of every 200 anchor text is online guitar lessons. That's basically how it works right there. And Google's able to see and put together the broad picture of anchor text. Right? It looks at the big picture of everything all together, not just the anchor text, and it decides what the site is about. Remember when I talked about seeing a story in the anchor text, being able to tell what the site is about by the overall message of the anchor text? For example, let's just say a radio site that used to be in Carolina. It has stuff like Radio Show Carolina. It has like their digital name. It has like the area code it's located in. It has like call into this station right now as anchor text. Stuff like that. Google's able to look at that anchor text, draw that bigger picture. So when we're doing this, 85% of our links are going to be brand and trust-based links with no little anchor text, no direct commercial anchor text. They're going to have topic-related anchor text, they're going to have brand-related anchor text, but they're not going to be directly related to the keywords we're ranking. This can make up 85% of our links, and it's going to subtly impact our rank, but make up most of our anchor text. It's not going to immediately rank us, but it's going to allow us to get very high rankings later on, which is kind of like our disguise, per se. Now, what's going on down here, we have our other links. These are going to be our powerful PR links that we talked about earlier on. They're going to make up maybe 15 to 10% to 5% of our links when we get going later on. And they make up very little of our anchor text, but they almost get all of our rankings for us. That's how this is going to work. Now, the next thing you have to understand is penalties. Since the dawn of penalties came out, Google has targeted 2 things every single time: over-optimization and duplicated content. Notice how I did not say bad content either. You can have horrible content as long as it's not duplicated from anywhere else on the internet. There you go. Now, over-optimization and duplicate content are just the easiest things to pick out. And it's not only that they're easiest, it's really the only thing that separates SEO sites and crap sites from real sites. When we go through, what does over-optimization mean? It means the balance of our anchor text and relevance to our URLs, titles, metas, and content. Or metas and content. That was a tongue twister right there. For example, if we have a site that's URL is online guitar lessons, its titles are online guitar lessons, its metas are online guitar lessons, and its URLs all based on online guitar lessons, if we build even 5 backlinks from our PR network that say online guitar lessons, that site is going to get dinked because it's completely obvious what's going on there. The relationship between the anchor text and the site's metas, the titles, URLs is too over-optimized for the search. Boom, site's wiped out. So some ways we can get around this is by having a de-optimized site with over-optimized anchor text. It's passable, but you get kind of meh rankings, not great rankings. You can also have an optimized site with de-optimized anchor text. This is what you kind of have to do if you have an EMD, and you still get kind of meh rankings at the same time. That's why I'm not a big fan of EMDs. Now, what we want to do is we want to have sites that are super over-optimized, but we're saying the same thing in different ways every single time. For example, if my anchor text in my site kind of follows this pattern right here, one anchor text says best guitar lessons, another anchor text says top guitar training, the next one says online guitar training for beginners. You see how I have not used the same anchor text at all, but I'm saying the same thing over and over again? When we have that type of anchor text right there, what's going on is they both optimize the site. It tells a story that this is about guitar lessons, but it's not over-optimized. So both of these anchor texts right here help each other without risking over-optimization. And I'm going to be getting into this big time in the anchor text video that we get in. So just understand this general concept, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty in the teaching. Now, the importance and the chance for penalty grows as the amount of links grow. For example, if we only have 10 links going to our site and half of them are online guitar lessons, this is probable. I mean, there's a pretty good chance out there you got 10 links to your site. Maybe a person, created 10 links on his blog or something like that, and 5 of them were the same anchor text. That's probable. But if you have 1,000 links and half of them are online guitar lessons, it's impossible. If 20% of them are online guitar lessons, that's impossible. If even 100 of them are the exact anchor online guitar lessons, 10%, that's impossible. It's ridiculous. So you can see as our number of links grow, the probability and chance to get picked up for over-optimization grows too. This is how Google really made a stamp in mass link building. This is why mass link building, going out there building tons of Web 2.0s, all the kind of big links out there on normal websites has become extremely tough. Because even at a 15% or even a 15% ratio out of 2,000 links is absurd. There's no way 15% of your links would be that exact anchor text. So when you're building mass links, it still works, but you have to be so careful about your anchor text. So careful if you're using your anchor text commercially and trying to rank with your mass links, because once you break that percent right there, boom. And you know, let's say we go out there and let's say that you create 100 links, and only 5% of them have your anchor text on there. As soon as you hit 3,000 links doing that, even that kind of pattern right there, boom, your anchor text ratio is just completely out of line because 5% of 3,000 links is about about 150 links out of that, all saying the same exact thing from different sites. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't do math really, but there you go. And this is why Penguin was so effective at cutting SEO sites down and ignoring legit sites, because this is what all SEO sites had in common and no legit sites had in common. What you have to also look at is that look at the SERPs right now. Look at the search engine. Google has done a good damn job of nuking SEO sites for the most part, while leaving legit sites alone. I use Google all the time. It's extremely useful, and I very rarely ever run into SEO sites that give me poor information or are trying to sell me something. That's how good Google is at it. Now, don't worry about that though, guys, because we are going to make a killing doing this. This is how to get around that. This is why it's so lethal right now, because we're the only people that can jam up these sites and get these rankings. Now, our strategy is based around a low amount of super quality power links built in a way that doesn't dink with our anchor text profile. So we never really enter the over-optimizing bad stuff that we could run into. And you have to understand the rules Google has to play to by when it nukes SEO sites. And if it does it in a certain way, it kills its search engine. So you have to understand the rules it has to play by in order to kind of go out there and penalize SEO sites without destroying the whole entire internet. Now, how Google has to do this is there has to be a dividing line. And they basically have to find what all SEO sites have in common that no real sites have in common. Because if it gets kind of crossed, say, let's just say they penalize something that all SEO sites have in common, but maybe, I'm just pulling it below, like 10% or 20% of real sites have in common. If they put that penalty out there, boom, they've taken out half, like 1/5 of positive sites that people want to look for, and their search engine becomes completely useless. So they have to be super careful, and they have to find something literally that all SEO sites have in common and all real sites do not have in common. You think about that for 1 second. If they penalize anything that SEO sites have that's a shared characteristic with any decent percentile of real sites, they extremely damage their search engine. So this is how the Penguin and Panda penalty worked. All right, they found out that almost all SEO sites had aggressive anchor text and duplicate content on them. Like their links coming in had duplicate content, or their anchor text was way over optimized. It was 10%, 20%, something like that. Boom. Almost no legitimate sites out there, no sites that people actually use, or big sites out there, or even sites that people actually use but people were doing SEO to. Any sites that were not abusing the Google terms of service and doing the SEO, they always had wide anchor text and non-duplicate content linking in for the most part. That was the dividing line right there. And very, 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 very few sites real sites shared this in common. So they were able to they took out a lot of real sites that were doing negative SEO or SEO in the first place, but any sites that weren't doing SEO or were actually important got completely ignored, and that was the dividing line. Now you're going to see right here, it's impossible to separate real sites from our sites based on how we're doing this right now, because our backlinking, all it has in common, the only pattern, is it's from sites with PR and relevant content with brand links and no anchor text pattern. All right. So how would they go out there? How could they go up here and make a rule that separates real sites? Could they do it based on our sites having PR? No, they couldn't, because every other site on the internet that ranks very well has a lot of PR links going to it, so they can't go off of that. All right. Could they go off of us using expired domains? That's what some people have been saying. No, because tons of other sites out there, people buy domains and put them back together every single day. They can't just go out there and penalize every site that has expired domains that have been turned into new websites linking to them. That would literally go out there and just end up penalizing tons of real sites at the same time. Can they go buy our relevant content? No, because that's what all other sites have in common. We share all these same things in common with real sites. And a wide anchor text pattern with brand links, good luck. That's all I gotta say, because they're gonna go out there and again end up smashing all their other real sites. So the way Google really deals with this right now is only by targeting. The way they kind of deal with this is they go out there and they target large blog networks, and especially ones that sell links. So if you really stay off the grid and don't have a huge network that sells a lot of links, there's really nothing they can do about it except sit down a person, pay him to literally dig through every single site on the internet. That's impossible. It's never going to happen. And that's why this is extremely, extremely safe. So what we're going to be getting into this is I'm going to be showing you literally how to do this, how to build these trust-relevant links and these super powerful PR links at the same time. And that's how we're going to go out there, be completely under the radar, be 100% safe, and have these maximum super take advantage of the search engine rankings that these same brandable sites have. So with all that being said, hop over to the next video and we're going to get into this. This is going to absolutely blow your mind. Hello, 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 this is Becker again, and in this short little video I'm going to be showing you how to create content for our links. And this is going to be a pretty simple video, not too complicated, it's just essential so that you can create your links quickly without going crazy. When it comes to our actual PR sites, when we're actually putting content on those, feel free to write out all the content if you want super unique stuff on there. But what I'm going to show you right now is totally essential when creating our brand links and very essential when creating our PR links quickly. Other than that, it's a very simple trick. I cannot talk today. I'm saying Twix and Dicks and anyways, Twix and Dicks. Anyways, so we're going to be really covering exactly how to do this efficiently. It's a skill set most SEOs don't have. So when it comes to our link content, we want to be 90% unique via Copyscape. In fact, we don't want anything to come back in Copyscape. And what Copyscape is, basically, you throw an article in there, and if it finds it anywhere else in the article, in any form of relation, it says, hey, this article copied you by 10%, 30%, whatever. If we get it above 90%, it's not going to be able to identify other duplicate content on there. And when we do that, it stops Google from doing as well. Google doesn't log in the Copyscape for every single page on the web and throw it in there and make sure it's 90% unique. I think with the processing time to do that for every page on the internet would be like, I don't know, a billion years. However, I'm 100% sure it does have something similar built into its system where it compares all the pages that are spidered, and I don't think it's as powerful as Copyscape, so as long as we keep it above 90%, we are good. We also want our content to be readable and preferably in simple English, because readable, simple English, I'm going to show you to do that. And we want it to be relevant, which is easy enough by putting our keywords in there and putting in relevant content. Now, in this very simple lesson, I'm going to show you to create this content with little effort. It used to be hard to do this, kind of a pain in the ass. Now it's super duper simple. I'm going to show you to make it always readable, no matter where you copy, no matter how many times you use it. And I'll also show you how to get it done for you if you don't want to do this. A quick little warning. If you do this yourself, it requires SpinRewriter. I use SpinRewriter. I have my staff use SpinRewriter. It's a cheap little program you can use to just do this very, very easily. If you don't want to use that, you can have someone just spin the articles for you. It's very simple. If you don't know what spinning is, real quick, let me just explain spinning in a nutshell. Spinning in a nutshell. Shooting from the hip right now. Just decide we really need to cover this. So what spinning essentially is if we want our article to be unique, we want to have it essentially say the same thing but with synonyms. So if our article is how to ride the brown horse, all right, we have something like that. We obviously can't make another article with the same sentence over and over again. And then getting it more in depth, we can't have the same article with the same text the whole entire way through. But for this example, we're just going to use a title. And how spinning works is we can then make it so our titles always come back unique or different every single time by doing stuff like this. We can go with, we can put how to, and this is called spin syntax. It's how people write stuff. You don't need to know this at all. It's kind of an ancient required skill, and you can just have SpinRewriter do it for you, or you can have someone else do it for you. So we'll type in stuff like how to, the best way to, and we'll type in easy ways to. We'll close it off with a spin text right there, to ride the brown horse. Now, then when we throw it into our little spinner or whatever, when we post it on our websites, unspun, what's going to happen is every time we do it, it's going to randomly select these words right here. All right, so how to, best way, easy ways. It's going to pick one. So it will come out on one side as how to ride the horse, and on another side it will come out as the best way to ride a horse. Now, we can change this around even more. If you put more spin syntax in there, you can make this like a dinosaur You know, let's just get creative. We can type in a car, whatever, the brown car, and we'll fix dinosaur there. And we'll come out on one site as, you know, the horse, and we'll come out on another site as a car. All right, so that's just simply how spinning works right there. You don't really need to know it. It's not a required skill, and I really wouldn't get too involved with it. You can just have tools or someone else do it for you. It's kind of annoying. I don't spin articles manually at all, nor do I spin them at all. I have a tool or I have people do it for me. So let's jump over to Spin Rewriter. I'm going to show you how to do this super quickly. All right, we're just looking at some of the content that I have, and this is all 100% unique content. I'm going to show you to do it. And you can see really easily, this is just an example network, but you can see the content I have. This is just something I spun out. And you can see exactly how you can discover the very best ways to play guitar. Completely simple English. And that sounds kind of quirky, but it's 100% readable, 100% right, I guess. And if you read it, if you need assistance finding out the most effective ways to play guitar, simply see the training website over. They have wonderful programs and orderly points. Now, while this might be quirky English, it is kind of correct English. It's simple English. I'm going to show you how you can go out there and make sure that you always have content like this that's 100% unique that you can create literally in seconds. So let's hop over. All right, guys, we're in a tool called Spin Rewriter, and there's many different ways to use this tool. It can actually be a complicated tool, but what we're going to do here, it does not require that. Now, there's a few ways we want to go out and create articles that we can put on our websites, use as links, and so forth. Now, if you go through right here, what a lot of people like to do, and just imagine this is like Easy in Articles or some article site. Actually, I'll just go to Easy in Articles. And what I can do right here, I'm just going to type in, like, I don't know, say my niche is guitar lessons. All right. And what I can do right here is I can go see this guy's article right here. I can just copy and paste it in Spin Rewriter. And then what the tool will do is spin it for me using the kind of example I showed you before, and it will come out completely different every single time. I don't like that because when you do that, it comes out extremely, extremely jarbled and very unreadable. That's because it's written in complicated English. And these spinning tools do not pick up on slang. They don't pick up on kind of how we talk and stuff like that. They just change words around for synonyms. And so if we were to post this after spinning it on one of our sites, it would look like just complete hogwash. So we don't want that. Here's how you want to go out there and create articles, guys. This is what I like to call the caveman technique. And if you do this, you only have to write one, maybe 400-word article once. I have my staff do this, but you can also have someone else write you an article like this, or you can just do it yourself in 15 minutes. It's not that hard. What you want to do is write in caveman. I'm going to zoom in really quick so you can see this. And what do I mean by that? You want to write in super simple English that is easy for the machine to switch in. You don't want to be using commas, advanced English, anything like that. So let's say something like this. If you want to ride horses, you should visit this website. This is a great website about riding horses. It has cool videos that will help you get better. All right, you can see I've written in complete, super easy, choppy English. No commas, no little understanding of grammar needed. Just very, if you want to ride a horse, you should visit this website. This is a great website about riding horses. It has cool videos that will help you get better. And you just literally want to write 500 words like that. Now, when we go out there, guys, and we go and start the rewriting process, when we have super simple English like that, we can go down here, and I'm going to just get one-click rewrite. And you can see sentences that Spin Rewriter believes are correct. There you go right there. And I'm going to start the rewriting process right there. And usually with that longer article will take longer, but I'm just going to do this right here. All right, so you can see it's gone out there and spun the entire article for us. So I'm going to go to continue to final step. And you can see when it comes out, and you can see when it comes down right here, if you wish to ride a steed, you should see this website. This is a fantastic website regarding riding horses. It has cool video clips that will assist you improve. Now, this isn't too great. Like, it came in a little choppy right here, but what you can do with this, guys, is first off, we can submit this on our PR sites or our authority sites very easily. If it's a 500-word article, we just copy and paste it, then we spin it again, copy and paste it on their site. It's 98% unique, so that's great. It's not going to get detected between any of the sites. Now, if you're really paranoid, you can just write a completely different article, 150, 200-word article on every site. It's not that hard to do. I do that. Sometimes I just have my staff do it for me. Now, with that being said, also, when we go and submit this through tools and stuff like that, or we use these services I'm going to show you later on here, We can literally just go out here, you copy that spin syntax right here, and you just send it to them, and they will use that in their tools very easily to do that. I'm going to be showing you how to use tools in this course and stuff like that, but I really prefer just paying other people to make my links for me. It's a lot quicker, easier, and they do a much better job. So, really quickly, guys, that's how you create content for our PR sites and for our links. Very, 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 very simple. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can do a few things. You can go to Fiverr. And you can hop over the Fiverr right really quickly, and you can just do it just literally right here. All right, you can have someone write an article and spin it for you. What I prefer doing, you give them the simple English article, you go through right here, you give it to them, boom, they'll go out there and spin it all for you. There's a few other people out here that will do that. Very, 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 very. All right, and this person, like, you can usually go with this one, look at their reviews and stuff like that, write out an article, then send it to them. All right. Boom, right there. Very simple, $5. That's how you can do it if you don't want to get spin rewriter. In fact, some of these people will actually make it better for you. So if you want to use these for your mass links, that'd be really nice. And if you want to use that for your PR links, that's the same exact thing you can do right there. So really simple lesson, guys. Extremely important, though. And there you go. All right, see you in the next video. Hey there, what is up? This is Becker again, and welcome to the first whole, like, actual putting links on paper kind of video and ROI optimization. In this step, we're going to be covering what I like to call scoping. And the big takeaways you're going to get from this is how to make sure your site can rank before investing a ton of time and resources. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably gone out there, ranked a web, or attempted to rank a website, spent maybe a month's time of work on it, built it all out, made it all pretty, wrote all the articles, and the site never even got to page 1. I've been there, done that, and we're going to be showing you how to completely avoid that right now. We're also going to be showing you how to get first page rankings for your lower competitive keywords instantly. That's just how it works. It's super easy to do. And we're going to be showing you how to build massive trust and safety before taking the first spots or the top 3 spots. And this also makes it 10 times easier to do at the same time. Now, the steps we're going to be following is posting, aka creating our first links, which we're going to be showing you live firsthand how to do. Very simple. Then we're going to be doing a step called scoping, which is making sure our links and our website work and can rank. And then I'm going to be showing you how to build branding links to make our links safe and allow us to really jam up there for those top few spots. Now, the first step is to simply build some anchor text specific links from our PR or authority pages and for our main keywords and to our main pages. So pretty dang simple. Let's jump over to a site right now and do that. Okay, so we're over here on an authority site that I'm going to be placing the link on, just a site I bought, put up there. I'm going to be showing you live how to go out and place our links and exactly what we want to do. So I'm right here, I'm going to hit add new. And I'm just going to type in here, this is going to be for source trend, I'm just going to type find guitar lessons. And I already copied over an article from Spin Rewriter, got it right here. I'm just going to copy and paste it right there. You can see I already pre-formatted and stuff like that. Again, all this is 100% unique. I actually wrote this article out myself. And actually, now I think about it, I just copied and pasted this over and wrote this out myself. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to get rid of this right here, is we then want to link to our 3 top pages. And we want to do this maybe from 2 to 3 of our PR sites. That's all we want to do. And so I'm going to go right here, and I'm just going to type in the main keywords. We're just going to use the main keywords all 3 times because these 3 links we built will not trigger an over-optimization penalty. So I'm going to go right there, online guitar lessons, boom. I'm going to type in guitar backing tracks, boom. I don't want to write boom, typing what I say. And then let's just say learn how to play guitar. Great. Now I'm going to go over to SourceShred, and I'm just going to copy the pages I want them to link to. So you can see right here, this first page is all about learn how to play guitar. I'm going to grab that and throw that right there. Link it right here. Boom. Just like that. Very easy. Going to go to my online guitar lessons page. Grab that, and boom. And I usually like to link 3 times to the site because the link juice right there is still really good link juice, even though I've already linked to it once already. So I like to make at least 3 links, and that's a good way to test it, especially from your site. So you can test all your keywords and all your pages on your site. And that right there, that simple process, I mean, I know getting the site up and everything like that is very simply how we start this wave of awesomeness. Go get your article, write a 150-word article, get a 300-word article written for you, and then spin it if you want, or just make a new one every single time. And then just go find your top pages, your top keywords right there. Remember when we talked about our top pages, and then link to them. And this is the first thing we're going to do, and this is going to allow us to see if our pages will jump up in Google. So let's hop over now and talk about the next step, which is scoping. And of course, we're also going to hit publish. Be sure to hit publish. And also, I'm going to add really quickly after you do that, go down to XML sitemaps, and what we're going to do, let's assume I hit publish. We're just going to hit rebuild the sitemap, and boom, this will get submitted over to Google. So very, very, very simple step right there. Now let's hop over to the next step, scoping. All right, the next thing we really need to do is make sure that our links in our site work with kind of quotation marks before we put any more work into them. And by work, after we go and build 2 to 3 links like the one I just showed you, if you set up your sites, you got the right sites that I showed you how to do. After you build 1 or 2 links from those sites, that's going to rank. It's going to shoot up in rankings. There's going to be some effect in the rankings. And what we want to look for is our site jumping to, if it's a medium competitive term, at least the page 2 or 4 in Google, between anywhere around there. Because that's just what it is. If the site's optimized and it has good links going to it, it's going to hop up between there, especially if it works. Now, if it doesn't do that, that means there's something wrong with the links, or there's something wrong with the site. And we'll get into more kind of diagnosing that later on in this section. Now, when it comes to low competition terms, this will get us to the first page most of the time. The rhinoplasty site I showed you just got completed the first page in ranking with 1 or 2 links. That's all I needed to do. For medium competitive terms, we'll get us to page 2 to page 4. For super competitive terms, it will vary, and you already kind of know what to expect if you're already playing in the super competitive niches. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. What we want to do is look at our search engines, or we want to look at our websites and make sure they're going to pop up there first. I'm going to jump over real quick and show you an example of this with the snoring site I showed you, and I'm going to show you exactly what we kind of want to look for. Okay, so we're looking at the sleep site right now, and I just want to kind of show you what a scope looks like. All right, so I built like 1 or 2 links to this site, and you can see the site shot up to like number 38. It's been dancing from like 38 to 31, stuff like that. And what this tells me is with these links, it is of course causing a bump in Google. Now, what I really want to see is a increase in these keywords right here, and I'm about 100% seeing that right now. You see it's kind of really jumpy all over the place. So this is kind of an example of what to look for and what not to look for at the same time. If we see this kind of pattern right here, obviously we've done something right on the site. This means it's going to rank. All we need to do is just build more links. There's nothing holding it back. Now, if we see something kind of like this after we build links, this is why I might not continue with this site right here. We might want to switch domains or go back and check our links. I've ranked many sites with these links that I'm using, so it's not the links. It might be the website I'm using right now. So I'm definitely going to go back and look at the website. But really quickly, this is what we want to see. We want to scope out and see if the site has a chance to rank. Of course, this site does. It jumped underneath the top 100. It looks really, 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 really good. Let's just jump over and we'll see. You'll see some sites that will, you'll hit them and they'll stay in the top 100 or top 200. If that happens, that means the site or the domain is probably penalized or there's something wrong with the links. We don't need to put any more work into that site. We need to actually go and look at getting a new domain or new backlinks. And I'll be showing you how to do that kind of later on in this section. But that's exactly what we want to do next. We want the scope of the site, see if it actually starts to rank. And by the way, the rank tracker I'm using right now is called SERPFox. I'll link to it below this video. Okay, so after we see our site kind of popped up there, we want to brand the site now. We want to make sure it's really, brandable so that we can then get really aggressive later on. We want to be wanting to build a ton of terms with the main site's name. For example, if my sleep site is Open Access Case Study, I'm just going to name it like Open Access or make little links about that. And I'm going to be saying the same thing over and over again in my anchor text variations for how I do this. And what we're going to be doing with this is just basically boosting up our site. So I'm going to be showing you 2 ways to go out there. This is going to make it really safe, build massive trust, and we're going to build a ton of these brand links so that the site has just superior trust, so that when we get to building a lot of PR links, building more links, we're going to just be able to jam it up there. So I'm going to show you 2 resources really quickly. We can go to literally just buy this or have this done for us. Also, later on in the course, in kind of the supporting link section, we're just going to be showing you the tools that you can use to also do this as well. I prefer these methods right here. It's much easier, or much safer to do as well. So let's hop over there. I'm going to show you these 2 resources. Okay, so there's 2 main places where I really like to get this done. My favorite first off is Link It Pro. They're very good at building the brandable links that I need en masse for the site safely without crap and stuff like that. Now they have 2 packages you can use. If you want to go a little bit cheaper, you can get the Aztec Pyramid right here, or you can get the Qzx Pyramid right here. This is about, I believe, 300 something bucks. They're pretty expensive. This one is, I think, a little bit cheaper and stuff like that. This is mainly if you're in a very competitive niche, guys, also. This is essential for high PR niches. I mean, not high PR, high competition niches. If you're kind of more in a medium competition niche, I'm going to show you a much cheaper way to do this. And you can even do it for yourself 100% free when we show you to do it with the supporting links. Anyways, for this example, I'm just going to order the Qzx Pyramid. So you're going to go through And basically what they do, and I'm going to show you kind of the theories and stuff behind this, they just get a bunch of press releases, good social bookmarks, and good Web 2.0s, and then build these links to our site. So we get a whole bunch of just like news links and stuff like that that we can then use as brandable links. Dan just kind of go out there and build a lot of supporting links and stuff like that all for us, which we can do ourselves using SENuke or GSA a little bit later on. And we can even just do this with Web 2.0s from this place called Black Hat Links. I'm going to show you. I really want to show you kind of the name or how I'm going to be doing this for you. All right, so what I want to do, if my site's name is SourceShred, so let me pull that up. I'm going to go right here, and what I want to do, my main keyword, I don't want to be anything but Shred Source. That's it. That's my brand name right there. Brand name, Shred Source. I'm not trying to rank it for any guitar stuff or anything like that. Now, I'm going to go right here, and I want a lot of the links to be going to the home page. All right, this is going to be my anchor text URL. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to formulate this right here. Shred Source is going to be my main anchor text. All right, next anchor text is going to be shredsource.net, just the URL right there, and the final anchor text is going to be shredsource.com. All right, very simple. I'm going to put this is a guitar-based training website. This site shows people how to learn how to play guitar, how to learn to play guitar online. Very simple. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to go right here, and I'm going to go and grab my most competitive page right here. And what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go right here. So I got my online guitar lessons page. I'm going to make the same thing. Shred Source. I'm going to put the URL. Great. And I'm going to type in Shred Source Lessons. Guitar and lessons. I don't want it to be my main keyword, online guitar lessons. I just want it to be a synonym right here. Shred Source, guitar and lessons. So this is just going to super differentiate right here, and I'm still getting the brand in here. I'm going to go paste the same thing right here. Maybe fix how I spelled guitar so they actually understand what I'm saying. And there you go. So, perfect. Now, what we can also do right here is we can go and give them 2 research URLs. You just go grab other sites that are about your site. And what I'm then going to use is right here. Just use generic anchor text for my tier 2, tier 3 links. And what those are, guys, is just simply these supporting links right here. And we just want to have, oops, where do we go? We just simply want to have generic stuff like click here, MISC, URL, kind of stuff like that. So let them handle that stuff right there. Now, what we're then going to do is then fill out this information for a press release. So I'm going to go right here, Shred Source, all right, business URL, Shred Source City, Dallas, Texas, everything like that. I'm going to type in, Alex Becker, since I'm not really trying to hide stuff right here. I'm going to put in another URL right here. I'm going to go grab my main URL. Boom. Throw that in there. Don't really need that happen right here. Going to leave a short summary. Shred Source is the best place online for guitar lessons and all sorts of training. I'm going to put something like, come to this one-time event that will help you master guitar and online, and help you find online guitar lessons. And important points, this is the best online guitar training that you can find. And what that's going to do is shoot out a big press release and get me tons more authentic links like there. So what just happened here is just built just a ton of really good brand links to my site. It's just the best type of links you can get. Makes the site look super authentic, and that's one of the reasons why Shred Source ranks so highly. This is the same ordering process as the other the Aztec pyramid that I showed you about right here. Same exact ordering process, and that's really all there is to it. Very, 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 very simple. Now, if you don't want to do that, you want to get something a little bit cheaper, what we can do is we can go to this site called blackhatlinks.com and order very high PR quality Web 2.0 blog post. So right here, where you go to the site, and I'm going to link these both below, you go to Web 2.0's Do Follow High PR blog post. And what we want to do is we want to order about 50 backlinks. If you want to get more, 100 backlinks is better. But if you only want to spend like 25 bucks, there you go. Now, a quick note, guys, if you do this yourself, you're going to pay about 10 bucks in captchas and about 100 bucks in software, or you can just do this. I'm going to be showing you how to use all the software and do this exact same thing, but they do a lot cleaner, better job. So pretty cool stuff right here. So I'm going to hit order. I'm going to show you the ordering process for this. So what we got right here is we got our URL and then we got our keywords right here. So what we want to do is the same exact process, except we're going to grab a lot of our links. So let me go and show you exactly how I do this in my thingamajig. We are now looking at this text file. So what I want to do is I want to create a ton of different links, mostly going to my home page. All right, and we're going to do this using spin syntax. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. All right. So I've opened up my spin syntax right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste my URL, and I'm going to copy and paste my main URL 3 times. All right. I'm actually going to paste it in this example 4 times. Okay. Great, because I want most of the links going to my home page because that's how most sites work. Now what I'm going to do is then go grab my other pages right here. I'm going to grab guitar backing tracks. I'm going to put that in there once. And look at the spin syntax really quickly. You open it up with this thingy right here. I don't know the name of it to save my life. And then we separate every word or variation we want like this. Okay? Very, 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 very simple. All right, and we just put it right there. Every single time we have a different word, we just use the bar. So super simple. So I got guitar backing tracks right there. Gonna go grab another search right here, online guitar lessons. Gonna go grab that one. Throw that in there, and I'm gonna grab maybe 2 more pages just for good luck. All right, country guitar backing tracks. Gonna go grab that. Throw that in there, and then I'm gonna go grab metal online guitar lessons. So pretty dang simple. Boom. All right, I'm going to close that off. And what I'm going to do at Backlit Links is I'm going to copy and paste all that, throw it in the URL. Then for my anchor text, all right, what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to go grab the anchor text right here. I'm going to copy this page right here. And what you want to do, you want to save this because you're probably going to use it over and over again. So here's what we're going to do for anchor text. And just pay attention really closely. All right, so I have it already closed off. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use as many variations as my brand as I can. Thread source. Let's go grab the main URL really quickly of that page. So I'm going to grab that right there. I'm going to grab the online guitar lessons link, copy link address, throw that right there. I'm going to copy the guitar backing tracks link, copy that link address, throw that right here. And this is what's going to be used as our anchor text. So I did that totally wrong. I'm going to put the bar there, put the bar right there, copy that link address, put the bar right there. Great. All right, so I have my URLs covered. Now I just want to put in a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to put shred source with non-capital letters, put a bar. I'm going to put shred source guitars, put a bar. I'm going to then go in and put a bunch of other stuff like shredsource.com, put a bar. I'm going to type in shred source guitar lessons, shred source beginner guitar lessons. And I'm also going to just add shred source a bunch more times. Different capitalizations, all caps. I'm going to type in guitar training website. See how I'm like painting a picture right here? And we don't need that many anchor texts because we're not making thousands of link right here, but I'm painting that picture. You know, find shred source guitar lessons, help learning how to play guitar. I'm gonna maybe put like a click here, more info, and let's just put another one like, I don't know, we can just go and find some more stuff like guitar tabs, helper. Just stuff like that. Anything that applies to our niche, we can go do that. So then we go copy and paste all that anchor text. That should do it right there. And we're going to go and we're going to throw it into this right here. So boom, that's done. And then what we want to do, guys, is we can either create an article that we created from Spin Rewriter. Remember how we did that? We just copy and paste that right there. I'm not going to write the article out right now because I showed you guys how to do it. Or you can just type in like guitar lessons and they will do it for you. I suggest you provide your own article or have someone create it for you on Fiverr, put it right there, and just use it over and over and over again for maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 submissions, because it's at 90% unique. Then what you want to do, you want to hit checkout with PayPal, and that's all there is to it. You just built a ton of brand trustworthy links going in right there. You also want to not change the title right there. For the article title as well, same exact thing. I'll just write a quick article title out for you real quick. I'm going to type in just the best find and look for, and I'm going to put something like, I'm going to close that off, and put guitar lessons. I'm going to put something else like online, on the internet, and let's just put something else like, I don't know, the web. All right, whatever we want to put right there. And that's good enough right there. The article titles don't really connect articles together as much as the, what's the word for it? Basically the content side. You can get as spinny as you want with this. If you get it written on Fiverr, you can ask them for a spun title. If you just write it in Spin Writer, you can just super spin a title very, very easily. And we're just going to hit checkout with PayPal, and that's all there is to it. We've just built this big base of brand links to our site. We've gone and then tested our site by poking it or kind of prodding it with those peer links. And this is what we're going to need to really go out there and start really ranking the site and jamming up there for those first spots. So really quickly, guys, what we've done, we've basically posted our first links. We've got our scoping done so we can make sure the links in the site works. Also, with that being said, scoping, you're usually going to see a jump in about 3 to 7 days. All right, if it goes past 10 days, that's when you really need to start worrying about it. Be sure to check it out in the Facebook group. If you have any issues with your sites not hopping up there, hop in the Facebook group. You know, post what's going on. We'll be sure to really, you know, try and help you with that. And with the branding, very, very simple process like I just showed you. Now we're going to be getting into, in the next video, we're going to be continuing how to make perfect links after we get this process done and really go out there and crush it. All right, I'll talk to you in a sec. Hey, what is going on? This is Becker again. Surprise, just like always. And in this video, we're going to be getting into what I like to call perfect link building. It's a pretty exciting topic that I'm very passionate about, and it's going to make you a lot of money and help out big time. Now, what we're going to be covering in this is literally how to make everything perfect. The last video, we covered some very basic posting and brand link creation. Literally just get it going, get those initial ranks, and make sure that our sites and links rank, basically. Now we see results, it's time to invest a bit more time in making our link profile perfect. I'm going to be breaking everything down to anchor text, the surrounding content, to how often we should post, how many links we should send to per page, all that kind of stuff. Now in this lesson, I'm going to first be showing you the perfect setup for links. I'm going to be showing you basically how to make the sites we put them on perfect, how to make the content we put on the sites perfect, how to make everything all around it, how to make the links perfect, everything we want to do right off the bat right there. Then we're going to be getting into how to really formulate our anchor text. So every time we post to one of our sites, it's going to, for lack of better words, will line up with what we want to do. And then I'm going to be showing you posting patterns and how we want to kind of be diversifying our links around our site. So with that being said, let's get into the perfect link setup. Now I'm going to be covering how to make the site we're linking from super relevant to the niche we want to link to. Very, very important. And I'm going to show you to post the relevant content and how to do things like link up to authority sites and put up other relevant content. So with that being said, let's hop into it. All right, guys, we're looking at this extremely ugly site that I have set up based around guitar lessons. And you can see what I want to really cover real quick is how to make a site relevant and kind of the relevance part of the SEO. I know I've covered this in other videos, but I didn't really address it as detailed as I need to. So as you can see right here, I've basically gone through and made this site all about guitar lessons. You go right here, there's an article about guitar lessons, picture of guitar. You can actually see if I go down and I look at the alt stuff for the image right here, it is actually guitar. Let me just show the properties. Actually, the name of the image right here is, you know, guitars. And you can see I have the article posted right here, and then you can see I have the links right here. Now, Extremely, extremely simple task to do. We really want the site to be 100% about the niche we're going to be linking to. Now, like I said before, guys, you can see I'm also linking the source wave and my name for just some stuff that we're going to be shooting up there in Google, just some basic searches. These right here are not relative niches right here. However, this does help the rankings of these keywords right here. What you want to have for every site you make is kind of the main niche you want to rank for. This site was predetermined to be about online guitar lessons and guitar lessons. That's why it's the whole theme and everything is set to that. So let's get into how we can really make our site super relevant to the niche we're linking to. All right, you can see we're in the dashboard right now, and one of the easiest ways to do this is we just want to go to General. And what we first want to do, we want to make our site title and our tagline all about guitars. Just go do that, or whatever niche we're ranking in. We really want to really want to do that. On top of that, guys, what we want to do with our post whenever we make it about stuff, I'm going to go right here, the guitar lessons post right here. You can see when we scroll down, and it might not be set for this post, and that's okay. Now, you can see right here, the title of the post, the URL the post is originally on, I need guitar lessons. So one thing you got to keep in mind when we make a post, it's not only going to get posted on the homepage of the site, it's also going to go into an inner post in the site. So we really want to get that on page right there as well. Some other things we can do really quickly with our post is we can go in and we can install the all-in-one SEO plugin on our sites. Now, this is a little bit overkill. I don't usually do this, but just to make everything absolutely perfect, we can go and install this on our sites. All right, so what that will allow us to then do, guys, we can go right here, and we can go back to our little post, and what we can do is we can just make it optimized. So we can make the title right here, you know, online guitar lessons are great. Put the title like that, and we'll make the description, you know, this is a great place to find online guitar lessons. Very dang simple. So now that we have all that set up, we've basically themed the site and made the site about online guitar lessons. Now let's go look at this post really quickly and what's going into this post right here. Now you can see I got the kind of erroneous stuff up here. I sometimes do that on sites just to get some traction in other searches really easily. However, we want to look at a few things we've added to the post to make it more relevant. You can see right here, we've gone in, we've named this post right here, Guitar 2. Better name for this would be like, you know, guitar lessons training, something like that. Something relevant to the site we're going to be linking to. And you can see another thing right here. You can also see right here I've linked out to Wikipedia about electric guitars. You can see the link right here. I'll link out to electric guitars. What we want to do is when we place links to our sites, we want to kind of surround it with authority links so our site kind of gets put in the same category as these authority sites right here. So you can see the on page is all set up. Perfect, looking great right there. Now you can see again, I just have the simple article here again, if you need more assistance in finding effective ways to play guitar. Just an article about guitars and just get the kind of keywords in there, guitar training, I have a very silly article right here about not smacking your dog with guitars. But basically right here, I just have guitars, and guitar sessions. I just get the keyword all on there, and that's all I want to do right there. Very simple kind of thing we want to do right there. Now, the final thing we really want to do is we might want to add some extra content right here. What we can do as well, guys, is we can go and add maybe a YouTube video. I'm going to go do that real quick. And what's really good that we can do right here, guys, if you really want to make this better, if you have your own YouTube videos linking to your website, this does really good damage as well. Now, this is not the best way to go because it makes your site, it's not the best safety way to go. Let me leave it at that. Because it does make it apparent if it links to your YouTube account and your YouTube account links to your other site, your main money site, it kind of leaves a little bit of some bread trails and stuff like that. So take it for what it's worth. You get a ranking boost if you link to your own YouTube videos that link back to your site. However, it's a little bit unsafe. So if we put that YouTube video on our site, that counts as a link to that YouTube video. You have to understand that first off, and that YouTube video links back to our site. So I'm just going to give that example right here. If you're big about safety, just grab a random YouTube video. Okay? So let's just go do that real quick. Alright, you see I got my video right here. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to go grab the embed link, and what I want to do really quickly, I want to definitely, and this is just a quick little YouTube lesson right here. We're actually going to have a section on this later on in the course. But what I want to do right here is I definitely want to go and leave my link right here. And I'm going to do that a little bit later on in the course when we talk about YouTube. But real quick, I'm just going to go grab that video. Let's make it 640 by 360. We're going to go grab that video. And it's all about online guitar lessons. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the text right here. Find where I put the word YouTube. Embed that sucker. Boom. So now what we got going on here, guys, is we just have a super relevant site right here that is all relevant to guitar lessons. Now, it looks like absolute garbage. Thankfully, Google really doesn't go through and look at sites based on how they look and stuff like that. There's no prize for having the prettiest site. So don't really worry about your blog network sites looking too pretty unless you really, really, really want to hide them. Then you can go about making them pretty and stuff like that. Then you can do that if you really, 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 really want to. So, next thing we really need to get into is how we're going to be posting these sites and the patterns we're going to follow. So, let's go into this. Alright, so what we're going to be talking about right now, I'm going to pull out my little handy notepad right here and kind of show you what I'm talking about. We got the old posting example right here, but we're going to zoom in. We're going to be talking about how we should formulate our anchor text for our sites. Now, as we're doing this, guys, remember our PR sites are never about creating additional anchor text, like MISC anchor text, like click here, and keywords that basically don't rank our site for their main keywords. We want every link we post to be about our main keywords, but we don't ever want the anchor text to repeat because that creates even a resemblance of a footprint. We don't want that. We just don't want a footprint at all. So we want to be focusing on our main keyword the most with variation. So what does this mean? If our main keyword is online guitar lessons, we don't want 4 out of 5 of our anchor text to be like online guitar training, training for beginners, best guitar lessons for beginners. We want all of our keywords to have the main keyword in their online guitar lessons, but we want different variations like best online guitar lessons, online guitar lessons for beginners, acoustic guitar lessons. We're going to go and add those kind of long tails in there. Now, we also want to squeeze our main keyword into MISC links and brand links, which I'll be showing you how to do here. That basically means, for example, when we link to our page that has the keyword in the title, for example, shredsource.com/online guitar lessons, you can see even when we put that URL in there, the main keyword is still in that URL, so it still counts as a plus for that keyword. We can also squeeze in brand links like ShredSource online guitar lessons, and that again applies without us having to go out there and use the same keyword over and over again. We also want to spot our synonym keywords. Like if I'm saying one of my keywords is best online guitar lessons, we can make another keyword top online guitar training, and they kind of help each other out. And I'm going to be showing you the anchor text pattern that I like to follow with my sites. So, loading up the doodaddy right here. And this is our first site, site 1. And for my sites, I'll just put a little note up here. I like to link to 3 pages on my money-based site. All right, 3 different pages, so I can rank like 3 pages at the same time. Sometimes you can do 2 links, and you can also do 1 link if you want. It's completely up to you. I like to link 3 times. You should mix it up if you're big about safety. If you just want to rank right now, 3 times works just as fine. If you want 1 page to get all the power, which even if you link to different pages, it doesn't mean you get really that much of a diminishing return from it. However, if you want 1 page to just get all the power, just link to 1 page. So on site 1 of my PR sites, I'm going to link to my 3 pages: online guitar lessons, guitar backing tracks, and my home page. Okay? So these are my 3 keywords up here. Let me go grab my 3 keywords. Learn how to play guitar, online guitar lessons, and the final one is guitar backing tracks. So what I'm going to do on the first site, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go, and what you can also do, you can create an Excel spreadsheet, you can create a little text file, just so you remember the anchor text you're using. So on the first site, I'm going to use the exact anchor text. Just learn how to play guitar to the home page. All right, home page right there. That's my home page link. All right, and then I'm going to link with the anchor text online guitar lessons to the online. I'm just going to use OG online guitar lessons page, and then the exact anchor text for guitar backing tracks to the backing tracks page, as I'm saying BT. All right, that's exactly how I'm going to do that. Now what I'm going to do on the next page, all right, site 2. I'm going to differentiate my anchor text up a little bit. All right, for the home page, what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to type in learn how to play guitar at ShredSource. You see how I worked the brand name in there and the keyword at the same time? This anchor text right here is going to count towards the main keyword. All right, oops, I can't highlight, but this anchor text right here is going to count towards the main keyword. All right, so next keyword right here, next anchor text I'm going to use for the online guitar lessons page. I'm going to use the anchor text best online guitar lessons. And then for the guitar backing tracks, I'm going to use free guitar backing tracks. Super simple. Site 3. I'm just going to make it all URLs. All right? Well, actually, what I'm going to do for the home page is I'm just going to diversify it a little bit. Now, really quickly, guys, we can use the same anchor text again if we like capitalize all of it or we change the capitalization. We don't want to do that too often, but changing the capitalization stuff does differentiate it a little bit. All right, so I'm going to use the anchor text, the best way to learn how to play guitar. Very simple. I still have the main keyword in there, just very simply. All right, now, next site out there, I'm going to type in top online guitar lessons for beginners. See, I'm working in that other keyword right here, online guitar lessons for beginners, and the keyword top online guitar lessons. This keyword right here helps for that keyword. Or you see when I type in top online guitar lessons, it helps rank me for top online guitar lessons. When I type in online guitar lessons for beginners, it helps me rank for that as well, and it helps me rank for everything at the same time. It also helps me rank for online guitar lessons and best online guitar lessons because all the anchor text ties together. Very, very, very simply. And I'm going to act like I have 5 sites right here. Next thing I'm going to do right here, I'm going to type in acoustic guitar backing tracks. Alright, so site 4. And you can see how I'm just basically looking at the anchor text or the keywords that I had to target and just changing it up every single time, but I'm basically saying the same thing over and over again. Alright? Now, for what we can do right here, let's just type in, for the home page, what we can then use is we can type in something that's an extended version, like learning how to play acoustic guitar. Very, very simple. I've got these 2 keywords in here, learn how to play acoustic guitar and learning, so I'm changing up the anchor text even more. For this one, I can use the URL, so let me go grab the URL really quickly. Boom, right there. You see how I got the keyword in the URL? Excellent, excellent. Next site, what I can do, I can just go grab the guitar backing tracks page. Boom, right there. So I've gotten the keywords in there again. And site 5, let's just do the same thing. Let's just use another variation right here. All right. Let's just use not the best way, but beginners learn. All right. Learn how to play guitar for beginners. Learn how to play. Or I can type in learn how to play electric guitar. That's better. Boom. I'm going to type in. I'm going to use another synonym. All right. I'm going to type in online guitar training. Right there. And for the anchor text that I'm going to use right there, I'm going to type in electric guitar backing music. Boom. Very, very simple way to say the same thing twice right there. Now, that's exactly what I want to do. Now, if you're unsure, you're not very good at creating your own pattern doing this, you can just see I'm basically just changing it up every single time. And as our site starts to rank, we're going to start kind of warping our anchor text to kind of basically be more of a, what's the word for it? Be more online with the new keywords we want to rank for. For example, if we're already ranking well for online guitar lessons, but we want to show up, you know, more for beginner-based searches, we're going to use the word beginner a lot more in our anchor text. However, let's come up with a pattern. For every site, you can just virtually follow this pattern for your keyword. All right, so let's just say I'm only talking about the online guitar lessons keyword. All right, so we'll follow it in the pattern of 5. The first anchor text we want to use is the main keyword. Okay. Second anchor text, we want to add best, it's just a simple word to it. Easy, whatever. We want to add the words best to it. Usually, most keywords will have best. If it's something else like stock marketing tips, type in best stock marketing tips, stuff like that. Third one, we want to add, and I'll just put this right here so it makes a little bit more sense, main keyword. And for the third one, the next thing we want to do is we want to put something in like who it's for, all right? Or you want to add some other anchor text to it. So you want to add like top. You always want to have words with like top, best in front of your stuff because that's what people type in when they're really looking to buy. But a top or etc. Whatever it is, best or not best. You know, number 1. Whatever. And then you can go and we want to type in something else, just another word, like for beginners at the end of it. All right, so different word at the end of it. For example, top online guitar lessons for beginners. You can throw on reviews, you can throw on anything you want. All right, so there you go. For number 4, use the URL, and number 5, what you can do is change the keyword for a synonym, like I did right there. I totally misspelled synonym though. Still can't spell it. You get what I'm saying. All right, we're just use the word cinnamon since I can't spell cinnamon. Or what you can do, you can see what I did right here, online guitar training, same thing as online guitar lessons. Or we can use a brand term, shred source guitar lessons. Then what you want to do, rinse and repeat, except change capitalization and subtle things. For example, right here, if my main keyword is online guitar lessons, the first one I could use in this pattern is online guitar lesson. See how I did that? Very, very simple. All right. If my one right here is best online guitar lessons, I totally misspelled that again. It can be something like, for example, if it was just best guitar lessons, it would be best guitar lessons for beginners. All right, something like that, or novices. And we just keep changing it up as we go down. All right, so we just change the keywords a little bit more. You know, top online electric guitar training for is the URL, and then we can switch it up right here. We can make it like, you know, best online acoustic guitar training site, and put like a dash on it that says shred source. Boom. Very, very simple way we can formulate our anchor text and always just have a pattern to kind of follow. I put this kind of pattern in the supplemental content below, so you always have something to look at. Okay, the final thing I want to talk to you about is posting patterns. Now, the general rule of thumb with posting patterns, guys, don't really overthink it. Here's the things you need to know. And I'm going to give you an exact pattern to follow if you're one of those people that needs some very strict guidance. I realize there's people like this too, but what you really want to do, guys, is don't be posting, 10 links in a day. Don't be doing anything blatantly obvious. Don't be making, 20 links a day from your sites. Don't be spamming your sites and stuff like that. What you really want to do, guys, is you just essentially want to go out there, and a good rule of thumb is just maybe build 1 to 2 links a day max. There's been times where I built 5 links in a day with no repercussions, but the best rule of thumb, build 1 to 2 links a day from your PR sites max. That's all you really want to do. And once you start seeing increases, slow it back to one a day tops. You can slowly gauge how many links you need. Sometimes when it comes down to taking the top spots, you might think you need 4 or 5 links, but 1 link will get you like 3 spots gains. So you don't want to be building, tons more links and stuff like that. Basically, just keep it at a logical pace. 1 to 2 links a day is perfect. 1 to 2 links every other day is perfect. Maybe, 1 to 2 links once a week is perfect too for just gaining more ranks and more ranks and more ranks. Now, you can see right here, I've basically gone, and I'm just going to kind of, show you what's going on right here. But you can see we have our home page. We have our top 3 keyword pages. Now, what I really like to do, guys, is I like to rank the home page and the top 2 pages first. I like to focus on like 3 pages at a time. Now, what we also want to focus on, guys, if our home page doesn't really have a rankable keyword and our third top page does, we want to focus on these 3 pages right here. On Shred Source, my home page I'm getting pretty high up there for learning how to play guitar lessons, so I'm focusing on these 3 pages right here. Now, from our sites, I showed you a posting pattern where I post 3 links a day, or 3 links to each of these top pages right here, and that's exactly what I'll do. I'll just keep linking to these pages using the same anchor text pattern I showed you until they rank. And if they're showing really bad progress, or like it's just not happening, I'll maybe switch to this other keyword over here. Let's say buy guitars or something like that. But however, I'm just going to keep building to these pages right here. 1 to 2 links a day. If I have a big network and stuff like that, I might do like 3 links, every 3 days or something like that. Nothing too crazy. Now, what do I mean by links per day? All right, I mean new sites linking in per day. Okay, so building 3 links from our PR site, 1 link going to this page, 1 link going to this page, 1 link going to this page. That counts as 1 new site linking in per day. So just keep that in mind. We want new links coming from a new site, or we want 1 to 2 new site links coming in per day. All right. The total links we put on the site does not count that's total. So I'll say it one more time because I know people get confused about that. If we build 3 links from 1 site, it counts as 1 new site linking in. So we want 1 to 2 new sites linking in per day, or every other day, whatever you want to do. Just don't go building 5 every single day or 10 every single day, because that gets a little silly. So with all that being said, guys, this is how we kind of go out there and do link perfection. What I'm going to show you in the final video real quick is how to make our PR sites a little bit better and then we're going to be hopping over to supporting links and stuff like that. We also have some very cool stuff in the kind of ninja tactics. We're going to talk about buying domains from vendors, you know, going out there and buying links from just other people in general. A lot of cool stuff like that. So with that being said, this is Becker, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay guys, welcome to the final video in Section 5. And Section 5 is really about the cores of backlinking. We're going to be getting some really nasty kind of voodoo stuff here in the later sections. This section right here is what I really want you to remember though, because it's going to get you about 90% of the way there. When you start competing in really competitive niches, which if you're just starting or intermediate, you don't really need to make money. Most of the niches out there that you can make a lot of money in aren't wildly competitive. There's very few out there that are very competitive, and you just don't really need to be playing around in those until you have a bigger network and stuff like that. And you really don't need to play in competitive niches to make money at all. I don't know many SEOs who are playing in super competitive niches and making a ton of money. Most of them are just doing exactly what I showed you in Section 5. However, the stuff I'm going to show you later on is pretty evil. Now, this first thing I'm going to show you is one of the first evil tricks, but it's also very simple. That's why I'm tagging it on the end of this video, and it's very cheap to do, very easy to do, and has really tremendous results on your, or tremendous impact on your results. So the first thing you need to understand is the power of a backlink is pretty much unchangeable as far as authority goes. If you have a PR3 site and you have certain links coming in, the power of that link, the power of the authority is determined by the power of the sites linking into it. A lot of people will go out there and blast their sites with lots of, you know, comment links or Web 2.0s or wikis and stuff like that. And those are all crap links that don't really carry much weight. So the result is your site carries the same amount of weight. It's literally like if we got a boat and then filled it and said, okay, we want to make the boat heavier, and then filled it all with, air balloons, that weighed nothing. So it wouldn't really change the weight or the authority of the site, and by building what I like to call balloon links, links that have no weight or power behind them. However, guys, the relevance is up for grabs if it has a low enough link count. For example, we buy a site that has 500 links going to it, and we suddenly add 100 links from other guitar sites, for example, with guitar information on them, and the anchor text is all about guitars. We can make the relevance drastically different. So, for example, if we had a boat, all right, and we were trying to make it look the same as other boats so it could compete in a boat race, I don't know, all right, and we wanted to make the boat, I don't know, more powerful, we wouldn't be able to do that by filling it up with balloons. However, if we wanted to make the boat more relevant to the other boats out there, we could simply paint it red. Therefore, it would be able to participate and be a better boat in the red boat competition. I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically we were able to change the relevance of the site and increase a link's power even without creating it, going out there and increasing its authority. Remember, the cores of SEO are relevance and authority. We can't change the authority because we can't change the power of the links coming in. We can change the relevance of the links going in. Now, there's a few things that determine a site's relevance. The on-page content, we already did this on our PR site, all right? And our PR sites, their one weakness is the links coming in are not based around the niche we are linking to. That's the only real downfall to the sites. However, we created the content of our sites to line up with the niche. Now, the content of the sites linking into our PR sites also affects the kind of power of the links from the PR sites generate. It's kind of a whole little laddered effect. Now, the also thing that affects it is the niches of the pages in the sites linking in. All right, so if our PR site suddenly has an extra 100 sites linking into it, they're all about guitar, then it's going to change the relevance of the site, and then the anchor text coming into the site. Very, very, very simple. So if we're able to add a bunch more links going to our site, it's not really going to increase the power, but it will increase the relevance, increasing the power of the link. It won't increase the authority, but it will increase the power and link juice because it's a relevant link. Still has the same amount of power, though. So just to really break that down, guys, in the cores of SEO, remember, it's the authority plus relevance. And all we're really working on the equation-wise is we're focusing on the relevance, okay? We're increasing the relevance, not the power, all right? So this judges the power of a link, the authority plus the relevance, but we're increasing the relevance to increase the overall power of the link. So all we're simply doing is just changing the niches of the pages linking in, the sites linking in, and we're adding to the anchor text. This is super easy to do, and you already know how to do this, actually. Now, we don't ever want to blast our links with crap links. Don't go out there and order like 5,000 comment links and make them all about guitars or something like that, or whatever your niche is. What we want to do is we want to get 100 quality niche-themed Web 2.0s, and this will do the trick in most cases. You can order this through Black Hat Links, which I've already showed you how to use, or you can use a service called RankWiz, which we'll be getting into in the supporting links section. Now, What all you really want to do, say we're ordering from Black Hat Links, which I showed you earlier, just use 20 variations of relevant anchor text. My site's about guitars. I'll make the links like online guitar lessons, guitar training, play guitar, guitar picks, guitar tabs, blah, 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 blah. And that's what we want to do. And we're also going to have relevant titles and all that kind of stuff. We're just going to order links, really quality links from Black Hat Links that are basically just themed to our niche. So what we do really quickly, I'm going to jump over there to show you really quickly. We're going to go right here. Web 2.0s do follow high PR blog post. Very simple. Web 2.0 blog post. We're going to order it the same way we did before, guys, and it has these little extra links coming in here just to make sure our sites get indexed pretty quickly. All we're going to do, guys, you'll order 100 backlinks. If you're low on cost, order 50 backlinks, or you can use RankWiz to do this for you. You can also use GSA to make Web 2.0s for you as well. Though it gets more complicated, I'd rather just pay someone $25 to do it for me because the links they create here are a lot more high quality than the links you're going to create from GSA. RankWiz does create some pretty quality links. Now, with that being said, that's all we're going to do. We're going to order it, and we're going to fill it out the same exact way we did before, guys. It's not exactly essential for this part to really have that great of content. It doesn't really matter. Don't use the same article you used on your PR sites. If you spun an article before, do not use the same article in the spin syntax. Make a new article you're going to use for your kind of crap links and stuff like that, your theming links. Fill it out the exact same way. Put your PR site up here. You can even put a collection of them right here. Then what we're going to do, simply for the anchor text, same thing. If it's about guitars, we're going to use guitar training as the anchor text, guitar site, guitar lessons, more info about guitars, finding guitar training, etc., etc., etc. Just going to use themed anchor text all the way down. Don't do it. Use about 20 different variations and you're good. Use 30 variations if you're paranoid. Use 50 variations if you want to be super duper effective, safe for the future of forever. If you want to write that all out, that's your prerogative. It would only make your SEO better. And just have a little file right here. Like, see right here, I just have this little file with all my spins that I can usually jump back to very, very easily. I usually create one of these per site, so I have the whole anchor text all in front of me. I have all the keywords I'm using. I have all the spins for the supporting links, all very simply done right in front of me. Very, very, very easy to do, and this will just go out there. And these links get indexed really fast. They're going to show up really quickly. Then all you do at that point, guys, your site is then themed, increases the power a little bit. It sends a little bit more authority to it, but mostly makes your site a lot more relevant. Now, if you have a PR site that has like 10,000 links going to it, this might not make too much of a dent, but if you have a PR site that's like a PR1, PR2, maybe has 200 something links going to it, this is fantastic. Just absolutely great. If you have the best range to do it in is 500, so it makes just enough footprint so it doesn't really cause too much of a dent, but changes the relevance of the site. So with all that being said, guys, this is just a quick little trick. We're going to show you a lot more ninja tricks in the ninja trick section. We're going to get into some really nasty stuff. With all that being said, hop over to the next session where we're going to be covering supporting links and so forth.
Hi guys, this is Jacob Tanner, one of your coaches here at Source ROI, and I'm going to go through the essential things that you need to run GSA. There are 6 essential things that you need to run GSA, the first being GSA. And here I'm going to go through and show you how to get to the site. You want to search GSA search engine ranker in Google, and it's the first that'll come up. Here's the site, and it's $99 to buy GSA. Then the next thing you'll need to find is a VPS, or a virtual private server, to run GSA on, as it'll take up too much bandwidth, computer power to run on your own computer. Right now I am on a virtual private server here. This isn't my real desktop, so if I go up here and minimize this, this is my real desktop, and then I will log in using the remote desktop connection on a Windows computer. Mac's going to be close to the same thing, it's just called something else. You click on here and you'll be able to type in your VPS IP address. And these guys will give it to you once you buy a VPS. They'll send you all this information with your login credentials. You'll connect here, it'll send you to your VPS, and you can run everything from here, so you don't take up any computer power on your regular computer. The VPSs that I like to buy from is Spark SEO VPS. Is a really good one. He has awesome These aren't really cheap. He has a $70 one, but he also has a $40 price range that they just came out with. So that would be fine for just starting up, just beginning to use GSA, learning how to use it. The $40 one's fine. I use a $70 one, and that's to run a lot more campaigns, a lot more stuff, build way more links. And the other one that I do use is Berman Hosting. If you want to check out these guys, this is another Windows VPS plan, and you want to run Windows on this. And you can get other low end. I would, at the lowest, go with the $30 a month, but I'd really aim for the $60 a month program here to run GSA and all the rest of your programs on it, because these two are going to be too slow to really run everything on. Next, you'll need to purchase Captcha Breaker, which is going to be right on the same site you buy Search Engine Ranker on, GSA. It's going to be right here on the side. This is $147, and it's going to get rid of, here it's showing us, it's going to get rid of any captchas you have to, that GSA has to type in, or that any other programs have to type in. So here it shows me this is what Captcha Breaker looks like when it's running, and it shows down here what kind of captchas it's breaking for you, and it shows me in the last 3 weeks I've saved $368 using Captcha Breaker instead of using a program or a service like Death by Captcha, which you have to pay for every single captcha that was broken. And here, this is just a one-time fee. You don't have to pay for it anymore, and you can keep using it forever. So I would definitely recommend going with this instead of paying for a service every time to break your captchas. After this, you want to purchase Account Email Creator Plus, which is $27. It's a one-time fee off the GSA forums. You can search for this in Google, and then the GSA forums will come up where you can purchase it. Here's the page that you can purchase it from right here. This is the GSA forums. It's Email Account Creator Plus, and what it will do will create email accounts for you that you can place into GSA. And then the emails will be used to submit and verify links in GSA, and you can create one email per proxy IP address you have every 24 hours. This allows you to create a good amount of emails every day for GSA. It will save you a lot of money in the long run. Instead of buying emails every time you need them, which is what I used to do, and that might cost me $30 every time I buy 1,000 emails or something like that anyways. So this is going to save me a lot of money in the long run, just a one-time fee again. It'll also create 10 alias emails per master email which you build, which means that all your alias emails will go into one account, making it easier to run campaigns with, and it's simpler to set up your GSA email settings this way too. So that'll help you out a lot also. The next thing that you're going to need is proxies, and I use buyproxies.org to buy all my proxies from. This is going to be a monthly fee, and I just go with semi-dedicated proxies, and I buy the 30 proxies per month, just $25 a month. And if you have any proxies that aren't really working, haven't been working for you, I immediately will email these guys, and they're usually in a few hours they'll replace them. Their support's really good. Every month they send me new proxies right on time. It's like super fast responses, things like that. So I've never had an issue with these guys. I would definitely recommend using proxies from here, and semi-dedicated are fine. And the very last thing that you guys will need to buy, it's actually an option. You don't need to purchase it, but it's called Content Machine, and I really recommend it. This is what I use, and it's only because Content Machine will create spun content for you to use in GSA. It scrapes content for you and creates the spun content from that content that is scraped. You'll need lots of content to run GSA campaigns, so in the long run this is cheaper than having someone create spun content and articles for you every time you want to start a new campaign in GSA. It also allows you to export the content in GSA format, so you can easily import it into GSA. And we'll get into how to use this program later on too, how you scrape the content, what kind of keywords you search for, what kind of spinner you can use if you want to use any manually. I use Spin Rewriter. So that's everything that you're going to need to run a GSA campaign. And we'll get into the specifics of how to run your GSA campaigns and how to set up your GSA campaigns and how to rank things with GSA in the next few videos. And here's GSA right here. All right, talk to you soon. Hey everyone, the first thing I'm going to show you is Account Curator Plus. And here's how you're going to make your emails for GSA. Once it's open, it's going to look something just like this. You're going to have your proxy set up in a text file. Choose them here. I'll show you how they're actually set up here in the text file. All you're going to do is copy and paste them in here. Choose this file, and then you're going to choose the number of emails based on how many proxies you have. So I have 50 proxies, so I can build 5 emails a day, which is really 50 emails because you build 10 aliases for each email that you're building. So this will be like a catch-all. All these 10 emails are going to go to that one email. Set up my proxies, and then all you're going to do is hit run, and that's it. It's going to start registering emails for you. And that's it. And then in your files, open up Account Creator Plus, and you'll see here's the master emails that it's building for you. We'll open one of these, and then you'll see the GSA template here, and this is what you're going to put into GSA, and we'll show you how to do that a little bit later once I get into the GSA settings. So now this here is running to build emails. The next thing I'm going to show you is Capture Breaker. I'm going to open up Capture Breaker here. Then once it's open, this is what you're going to see. This is really simple. The success rate is how many captures have been broken per 100, so 68 out of 100 are broken for every article you build or blog comment you build in GSA. Down here is how many captures you've broken over time. You can reset this if you want. Like I said, in 3 weeks, this has saved me $372, so it's really worth it. And then in the options settings, you uncheck Run as Web Server. You uncheck Send Captures to the following services failed. I use Spamvilla. Sometimes I'm actually going to stop using them because it hasn't helped me out that much and the service is pretty expensive. And I uncheck only try to solve this. And make sure everything else is unchecked actually too. And you're really just going to hit OK. You can save recognized captures if you want. I don't do any of that stuff, but that's up to you. Click OK and then make sure all these are checked. And that's really all you do. If you really want to be faster capture breaking, you can uncheck some of these lower end ones, like email. That's fine. But I just have all of them checked right now. That's how I run it. So you keep this open, you minimize it when you're running GSA. Then I'm going to open up GSA here. I'm going to show you the settings I have so you guys can just copy and paste them. I mean, just pause the screen, make sure they're all the same. So this is on my sample server. These are not a lot of my real campaigns that I'm running on some other VPSs. So here, when I open this, first thing you're going to want to do is the options. And your settings will open here, this is what you're going to see. I use 250 threads normally, but that can be changed. You can test different things. A lot of these settings you're going to have to play with yourself because it's based on, you know, your server speed settings, how many other programs you're running, if you're running like a scraper in the background or if you're running account creator in the background. It's going to slow down things. You won't be able to use as many threads. And then you're going to make sure you want to use proxies here. You want to click on search engines. You want a custom time to wait between search engines is 10 seconds. And you want to make sure you use proxies for submission, and you want to only use your private proxies, which are your semi-dedicated proxies that you purchased. They're the ones from buyproxies.org that I talked about, and they're the ones that are $25 a month. And you also want to use it for verification. Use private proxies there too. And you're going to click configure here. And here's all my proxies. And you're actually going to click add proxy. And you're going to import them from the file or import them from your clipboard based on whatever you're using. Once they're sent to you from buyproxies.org. Now we're going to go back to options. CAPTCHA, you're going to use GSA CAPTCHA breaker. So you add this here. And then you're just going to add GSA CAPTCHA breaker. Check mark the box, that's fine. I'm going to delete this because I already have it up here. And that's all you really need to set up here on this page. And then you're going to go to indexing. I actually don't send anything to an indexer. So really, what you're going to want to do is, I honestly don't send anything to an indexer. A lot of people use indexers, and I don't anymore, just because I think it's more natural for Google to find the links on their own. It's been working really well for me, so I'm not going to change it. So I honestly don't have any of this stuff checked off for you to use it. And then in the filters, I just keep these normal filters up here to just never post any of these malware domains that it finds. This is already basic stuff that's already checked for you, so you don't have to worry about this. And then in advanced settings, you can build lists from your projects. I would just recommend verified to build to. You can build to submitted if you want to also. What it's going to do is, once it starts building links from your list or finding links for you, it's going to save those links in a file that it verified for you, which means it knows that it was a good link placed. So that's why I would save these, because you can reuse them in other campaigns. So I save those, and then you just click OK here. And then the next thing you're going to do is actually start a new campaign. I'm going to click on new. I'm going to actually open an old campaign that I have so you can copy my settings for one that worked really well. I wanted to rank for SEO Syracuse for a bunch of different things. So here's actually what I did was, all I used was straight GSA to not my money site. This was ranked using our methods that we teach you in Source ROI. But this site here is also my site, CY Marketer. And this was just sending GSA links to it. It's number 2. This here was also on page 1 just from sending GSA links to it, CY Marketer again, for SEO services. This Yelp page is also CNY Marketer, my page, and it was sent to page 1 just by GSA. So just with GSA, I own 3 spots on page 1 for SEO Syracuse, which is my city that I live in. So I'll show you how I set up all of those campaigns. I'm just going to click on edit so you guys can see all my settings. You guys can copy these and use them exactly the same way you want. So first things first, you're going to want to select where you're going to submit your links. These are the ones that I use. You can try some others out. If you don't, if you don't like my settings, you can always just use whatever settings you want, and you can test different things. I recommend that you test different things, but this is good just to start you guys off with. I use article, blog comments, forums, guest books, social bookmarks, social networks, trackbacks, and wikis. So those are the only ones that I use to post links to right now. You type in the link you want to rank here in the URL data section, and then this is if you put in multiple URLs. I'll just keep this checked. So it's here, I have 2 URLs. You can add a URL each time, and it really doesn't matter. You can have up to 10 links in one campaign if they're all for the same thing. Like if you want to rank them all for SEO Syracuse, you can click Edit here and add URLs to each one. And then what you want to do after you add the URL is type in your keywords here. This is going to be your main keyword, SEO Syracuse. You're going to have a lot of other keywords, SEO Rochester, New York, I wanted to rank for. Rochester SEO Syracuse web design. So it's really going to be related keywords and a lot of exact keywords in here. You don't need that many. You can put 10, 12 is fine, because what you're really going to do once you put the keywords in here, you're going to hit use keywords as anchor text. So this is just going to blank out. It won't matter what's in here. It'll use these to build your anchors with. And what I usually do is I use a lot of generic anchor text lately, because I notice this helps out a lot. It's kind of like building your brand anchors, or just like click here, read more, things like that. I use 70%. 70% of all the anchors I send to someone is going to be just random, click here, check out this site, anchor text. And then that means the other 30% is going to be the keywords I placed up here for anchor text. And I also do anchor text variations 20%, which means out of the 30%, 20% of that is going to be random variations. So it could be, for example here, all of it's capital, all of it's lowercase, part of it's capital. So it kind of just changes it up, varies it there. Try to use domain generic anchor with main anchor. I use this too. Then we scroll down here. Here's all the different spun content you're going to put in. Now you can pay someone to do this spun content for you, or you can use Content Machine, which I will show you guys how to use in a little bit. I was talking about to purchase. It'll create all the content and fill all these in for you. And now when you go through here, it's going to have all your spun content for all of the different things that you clicked on up here. What you do to send spun content from Content Machine is you go Tools, Autofill, Content Machine, Import. Then you're going to have a folder of all the different articles you have for here's my SEO articles that I have set up for these. So I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to select all these and just hit open. And I don't want to fill in the keywords or the anchor text because I already did that for the website title. So click OK. And then what's going to happen is it's going to fill in all this information for you in all of these different categories areas. It's also going to fill in this article for you when you do import that, your article manager. So you won't have to worry about writing any of this content. It's going to do it, any of the content in all these areas or this area. It's going to do it all for you. It saves a lot of time and a lot of money. In the long run anyways, because I bought the lifetime version of Content Machine, I think, for like $250. Then here in Article Manager, now that we're done, we ran through all the things in data. There's no more stuff we have to worry about. Article Manager, you're going to insert your link just in the article, so it's random. It's not always at the bottom, it's not always in a sentence, you want it to be random. You're going to insert up to 0 to 2 random URLs for random words. So these are kind of like other outbound links, so you don't leave as much of a footprint. So it's not every single article is just going to CLM Marketer or that Twitter, Facebook page. And then you're going to insert up to 0 to 1 random images related to the article in every article. So this is going to do random. Sometimes it's going to put an image, sometimes it won't. Also insert up to 0 to 1 random videos related to the article. So this will pull video from like YouTube. Sometimes they'll have it in there, sometimes it won't. So this kind of randomizes everything and leaves a lot less of a footprint for you. You're going to go into options here. And these, I would just directly pause the video and just copy all the checks I have here. You want to ask all services users to fill CAPTCHAs. You want to do that. You want to skip hard to solve CAPTCHAs. It's just going to save a lot more time building links. They'll build links a lot faster for you. It won't get clogged up. You want to send verified links. Must have exact URL. You want to click on that. Because then if it's things like youtube.com, it will just try to verify youtube.com instead of youtube.com / whatever long string of URL you placed your link on. You want to verify these automatically. And then you don't have to really check any of the other things. I wouldn't worry about that. The other thing is too is I don't scrape and build links. I don't scrape with GSA. I scrape with GScraper. But if you want to find your own links, you'll keep these checked. But I uncheck these because it slows down your link building. There'll be 4 of them checked. When you actually first start this, it'll say 4 out of this, and you just have to scroll through and uncheck them. It's the regular ones in your country will be checked. You just scroll through and uncheck those. It'll have 0. Allow posting on the same site again. I do allow posting on the same site. I suggest you allow posting on the same site because you're going to be building links to some different properties, especially if you have like 10 URLs up here. That's fine to build links on the same site. But when I build links on the same site, I put that there's time to wait between the first post and 2 posts. So between my first post and my second post, I wait at least a minute. Between the second post and the third post, I wait at least 120 minutes. So they're not posting back to back. It looks like spam. And then I set maximum accounts. Maximum posts per account, I set to 5. Maximum accounts per site, I set to 1. So you're not clogging up all your email addresses. Filters, I skip a lot of the filters. I don't use this or this, anything. You can skip sites with PR below something, but it really slows down GSA. So I wouldn't do this because it's just going to slow down your links per minute, how many links you're building every minute. And I keep all these checked here for when I'm building links. I would recommend clicking on this though, skip sites with the following words appear, just because this is going to keep out any of the bad links if you don't really know what you're doing yet. I would keep that checked. And then that's going to be it for here. Oh, you can also skip sites from the following languages. If you only want US sites, then I would skip sites from all the rest of the countries if you want. Just build US based, English based backlinks. I don't do that either. I don't worry about it. The last thing you're going to set up is your email verification, which I talked about in the last video with Account Creator Plus. So I'm going to go in here, open up my Account Creator Plus folder. I'm going to take a link in here, go to the GSA template. I'm going to take everything copied in the first set of brackets. I'm going to right click, copy that, minimize it, minimize this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make this empty just to show you guys what it looks like. I'm going to paste this in the first box. So the first set of brackets goes into your email. Now, you just go back to the text file. The next thing you want to copy is right here. This is all set in order for GSA, your POP server. Just copy and paste that in. Now your port's going to be next. This will all be set up the same way for you. You just copy and paste those in. Then your actual login for all of these emails is going to be the same. Since this is a catch-all account, like I said, it's 10 alias emails up here, all get sent to this email address. But the accounts look like they're being created from different places. And then you take this here before the one, copy it, paste it in your password area. You want to use SSL, so click on that. And then all you want to do is test it. All these emails were successful. We logged in all of them. That's great. Blacklist check is if you've been using the email for a long time, and just to see if any places have blacklisted any of your emails. So if you use them too much, your emails will burn out and then you'll replace them with new emails. That's why you want Account Creator Plus, so you can keep building new emails over and over again. And then you want to delete the message when verification link was found, so your email inboxes does not get clogged up with hundreds of thousands of emails. You also want to delete messages if they're older than 5 days, because the same thing, you don't want them to get clogged up. And you can put any notes you want in here. I don't do anything with that, but you click OK. No search engine was chosen, which is what I told you not to click on because I don't scrape from here. So you want to continue anyway, you just click yes. And now you can set your status to active. And then if you click start, it will start building links for you. The last thing, well, before you can start building links, is you need a list of links to build links to. So what we're going to do is import your target URLs from file. I have a list of links here. I'm going to double click on them. I'm going to randomize this list. I'm going to show you how to get the list of links right after this. I'm showing you how to import them first. It takes a little while. If your list is really big, I think this list is about 3 million links, it will take a little while to import it. So again, you right click on here to import links. Right click, import target URLs from file. We'll just wait a few more seconds, hopefully, for this to import the link file. Actually, while we're waiting, there's a few places you can buy lists from. When you're first starting out, I recommend you just buy links from someone, or buy lists from someone, kind of like scrape brokers. You can buy okay, it just finally finished importing, and see it imported over 3 million links. Target URLs for us to build links on. Okay, that's fine. If I click start, this will start building links. That's exactly what it's going to look like. And then this tells you how many links per minute you're building. It's over 200 there, and it's going to bounce around a little bit, but I'm going to pause it for a second. This is your CAPTCHA breaker. You don't type in anything in here. This is just going to happen automatically. What it's going to do is send these here. You'll start to see this start working automatically. Start automatically filling these out for you for every link that's submitted. So you don't have to touch these, it does it for you. It tells you how much computer you're using, CPU you're using. You want this to be around 100%. If you don't have it up to 100% or close, 90%, your VPS is probably just too fast for you. You're not running enough campaigns, you're not building enough links. So you can actually probably downgrade, and it'll save you some money. So you want the CPU usage pretty high when that's all you're doing is running GSA. So I'm going to stop this campaign. That'll finish up. It'll stop for you. Project stopped. And that's really exactly what you're going to do to run campaigns and build links to them. And then you're just going to let this run on its own. And you might come back every once in a while and check to see how many links per minute you're getting, how it's doing. These are going to have some place like this, like scrapebrokers.com. It has a new list every single month for about $40 a month. So every month you'll get a new list of articles, social bookmarks, wiki lists to build in GSA. You'll just import them, like I said. They'll send you the download files. You import from file. You'll be all set to build links. The other way you can build links is to scrape your own list using Scrapebox or Qzx700. I use Qzx700, and I can actually go over that too and show you guys how to use Qzx700 to build big lists and targeted relevant lists. Because I think in the long run you're going to want to build your own lists that are relevant to the topics you're using. So I want to only build links on sites that are maybe talking about SEO. You can do that when you scrape and build your own list. So we'll talk about that too in the next video. Alright guys, if you have any questions about this, you can let us know in the Facebook group. And because I know this is a lot to take in when you first start, so there's probably going to be a lot of questions, and I'm going to try to make some more videos to make it a little more clear. Alright, thanks. Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to use Content Machine to build all your content for GSA, and show you how to export it from Content Machine so that you can import it like I showed you inside of a GSA campaign. And what we're going to do is click on a new campaign. We're going to use the built-in article scraper. You can use the built-in scraper plus local files, which will give you higher quality. That's if you have articles already built that you haven't used anywhere else. I just use the built-in scraper. My campaign name I create, let's say we're going to do SEO Syracuse again. Build some new content for that campaign. So I'm going to use my main keyword as SEO Syracuse. Actually, many times what I'll do instead is, we'll do SEO Syracuse, and this will be SEO Company. This will be local SEO Expert. So here's the different keywords. I use variations. I would use these last two as more broad keywords instead of your narrow keywords, just so you can find enough content to scrape. You're going to want to do tier 1. You can use any spinner you want. I use Spin Rewriter here for this and their API. In the scraper settings, you're going to click on that, and all it will have is you're going to copy and paste your proxies from buyproxies.org that we told you to buy. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to copy and paste them into there. I'm not going to click on it right now because it's going to show you all my proxies. But that's all you're going to do is paste them in there. and then hit save. So that's not a big deal. In your campaign settings, you're not going to change anything in there either. So you set up these, and you log into, Spin Rewriter, KM Spinner, or if you want to manually spin it, whatever you want to do. And then image and videos, you're going to click random. So it's either going to post an image, a video, or none with every single article it creates, any content it creates. I'm going to hit next. We are going to do one contextual link in the content. We'll also do one. You can do one article body links if you want. A lot of times I don't. This is really up to you. I'll put 0. Output format's going to be HTML. You can put image links in there if you want to, but I'm just going to keep it simple. Contextual links. Double click on this. You put in what you want. This is going to be twitter.com/CNYmarketer that we were using. This is what we were using before to show the example GSA campaign. That's the link here. And then your keywords are going to be like SEO Syracuse. You can keep that there actually. You can keep this. You want this mainly anchor. So I'll do like 80-20 or 90-10 brand to anchor text. Because GSA is going to sort that out for you anyways. So your brand site's going to be CNY Marketer. And you can fill out this a lot more. You can definitely put more URLs into the articles, put more, keywords, long tail, different terms. You can put more branded links. You can put CNY Marketer dash, Twitter with also CNY Marketer. Can be different things here. You can mix up the no follow, do follow. I usually just keep 100% follow. I would recommend just to do 100% follow. Click OK. This is all done here. And what you're actually going to do is build and export. And then when you click build and export, you're going to have your settings here for what kind of program you want to build for. You're going to hit GSA search engine ranker. You're going to replace all URLs with this, replace all keywords with anchor text, no links in about me section, and then hit apply there. And then what you're going to do here is how many articles would you like to create. You can select how many you want. For every campaign I do, I create 20 new articles. And I import every single one of those articles like I showed you inside of the GSA campaign. Then you're just going to click export. You can probably create like a new folder. And it's going to be like Twitter content SEO or something like that. You're just going to click in here. You're going to save. Got to make a file name first. That doesn't matter. You're just going to click save. And it's going to run through, scrape all the content for you, and then it's going to spin all the articles for you, create all the content for you. This is going to take a little bit of time though, maybe like 20 minutes or something like that, 10 to 20 minutes. It depends really what kind of keywords you chose. So it can be anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. It finds all these keywords for you. Looks for the images and videos, does all this stuff. So it's going to come up with all of the files for you in a text file, which I can show you all these text files here. And you'll just import them all like we showed you inside of GSA in the GSA campaign setup video. Alright, I'm not going to let this run the whole way because it's going to take a really long time to download the content and spin everything. So this is, once it exports, you're good to go.
Hey, what is going on? This is Becker, and welcome to Section 7 with what is all about climbing. Tongue twister right there. Section 7. Went to the 7-Eleven. Anyways, this section is all about climbing, and it's a shorter but super important section. And what we're going to really be focusing on is just some really simple tips that most people don't apply that are going to stop you from really messing up getting to the top spots in Google. And I want to show you how to keep climbing once you get a footing and how to get more traffic from the pages you already have ranking. Alright, so I want to show you to basically get the pages that you already have ranking and be able to get a lot more traffic from that without also wasting your PR links. And the first lesson we're going to get into, there isn't really a how and why video in this, is guesstimating. And it's incredibly important so we don't end up wasting links or money. And it's very, very simple to do. What you essentially want to do in a nutshell is just span out your PR links out far enough so that you can see results or identify problems. Let me just go through a few examples right here. We don't really have any jump over to the screen training. It's just kind of something you need to keep in mind. So just quick story with, I guess, SourceShred when I was ranking it for online guitar lessons. When I was doing this and stuff like that, what I would do is I initially kind of poked and prod the site like we covered in Section 5, where I built those kind of basic links, and it jumped up to about the middle of page 3. Now, every single time I built links to it after that from my example PR network that I used for this course, what I would do is I'd only build about 3 links at a time, and I'd wait about a week. Now, that isn't preferential if you want to make money right now, but the reason why I would build those 3 links is because if the site went up, it would give me a very good idea of how many more links I need to build. So if I built when I built 3 more links, it jumped to about the top of page 2. So let me know, all right, cool. The competition isn't too much on this. I don't need to go and buy, 10 more sites. I don't want to build 10 more links to do this. So at that point in time, I built 2 more links, and the site actually went down a little bit. It just wasn't up there like that. And what happened with that, I built these links, and the anchor text was very unaggressive. Very unaggressive. It was like, click here, more info and stuff like that. So what I noticed is that those links really didn't help it out with that anchor text. So what I did is I changed the anchor text on those links, and it shot back up to the top of the second page. You can see right there, I was kind of guesstimating. I was constantly slowly building links to see how far it's going to go up there, and then changing the anchor text of the links to see what is going to have the biggest impact when I'm doing that. Again, it's probably going to take about 3 to 4 to 7 days for you to see the impact of PR sites. After I got on the first page of page 1 with those 2 little links, those 2 new ones I built, I guesstimated, and I was able to kind of guesstimate by the returns I was getting already per PR links I built to it, that if I got maybe like 4 or 5 more links based on the climbs I already gone, it would jump up there. So I then went and built about 5 more links over the span of 3 days, and boom, jumped up to number 2. Now, that's very, very, very simple for me to do. I guesstimate for me to get to the number 1 spot, it's probably going to take about maybe 8 more links to really conquer the last 2 spots because they're slightly competitive. However, you can see right there just a very simple kind of way of guesstimating how many links I need, so I don't have to go out there and buy more sites or just get more anchor text and stuff like that. Another reason why you want to do that, guys, is when we're building with the anchor text, when we're building it, sometimes you might over-optimize a little bit, or sometimes you might under-optimize. You might not see any results from your links. And so when you build a few at a time, it allows you to go, okay, there's either something wrong with these links, I over-optimized or under-optimized it. So you can go back and kind of either make it more related to the term, or you can maybe make it a little less if you're using exact anchor text. So that's just a quick little lesson on what I like to call guesstimating. You want to judge the returns you're going to be getting from your links so that you can easily kind of plan it out in the future. Now, the more you do this, the more you're going to be able to predict where your sites are going to be showing up when you build links to them. If it jumps to the top 3 page, you're going to have an understanding, with those first 2 links we talked about, you're going to have an understanding of how many links you need to build to really get it to the first page, and you're going to kind of develop this guesstimating skill. Just one thing I really want you to keep in mind when you're building links, don't get all spastic, kind of slowly rank it up there using your PR links instead of trying to jam it up there. For some instances, guys, another quick lesson, the rhinoplasty site. I only built 2 links to that, jumped to number 1. A lot of people might go gung-ho and build a whole 10 links to that, a complete overkill. And that's another reason why you want to guesstimate, because you can just be like, all right, cool, it jumped up to number 1, I don't have to build any more links. That gives you a very stern setting of where to look at. So always be sure to kind of guesstimate with your links. So in the next section we're going to hop into is what I like to call spotting the winners, and this is going to show you how to really change your pages in the anchor text to rank for the better keywords that you're not already ranking for. So let's hop into that right now. Hey, what's going on? This is Becker again, and welcome to the next video in section 7. Now, this lesson right here is incredibly important for maximizing our pages and getting as much traffic as we possibly can. Now, the last thing you want to do when you start to get high rankings is start focusing on other pages. As soon as you get number 1 in one search, you need to start jacking it up and getting it number 1 for every single relevant search that's related to that. For example, for online guitar lessons, instead of jumping over to another page about buying guitars, what I need to do to increase my income is then rank it for best online guitar lessons for beginners, online guitar lessons for electric guitarists. And what's going to happen from this is we're going to start getting wide, broad rankings. This is where we're going to get 90% of our traffic from. It's extremely, extremely powerful tactic. And when you have wide, broad rankings, you capture what I like to call the broad searches. All right, according to Google, only 6,400 people or 4,400 people per month search for online guitar lessons. However, I would guesstimate that about 40,000 people per month type in something searching for guitar lessons. So I want to show up for every form and shape of word, and by going out there and forcing our site up for supporting keywords like electric online guitar lessons, beginner online guitar lessons, the best, top online guitar training, everything like that, it allows us to go out there and get these wide-spreading rankings so where we show up for virtually anything that's related to online guitar lessons. We don't want to rank for single keywords. We want to rank for an entire topic. So let me show you how we're going to start doing this. It's by far the easiest way to get more bang from our pages without doing too much extra. And all we do is simply alter our pages, titles, content, and anchor text to line up with keywords that we're winning at. So let me show you an example of this. All right, guys, so we're in Google and we're looking at the online guitar lesson search I've shown you about 1,000 times. Now, what I want to do, and this is how I went up there and kind of engaged my rankings, and this is kind of like the results of it. All right, if you type in best online guitar lessons, you can see I'm number 3 for that. If you type in online guitar lessons for beginners, something like that, you can see I am number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at one point in time, I was only ranked about number 4 for online guitar lessons. That was a search, and online guitar lessons for beginners was on the 2nd page, and best online guitar lessons was like down in the 10th spot. So, what did I do? This is the best example of how to get way more bang from your site without doing too much. At that time, my title was only online guitar lessons. All right, and I had beginners right here, and I had, just training and stuff right here. But the title was only online guitar lessons from Shred Source. So what did I do? I looked at the searches that had the biggest impact on what I was going to be doing and saw where I was ranking for them. At that point in time, I threw the word best into my title, and I threw for beginners on the end of it. Within a few days, I was ranked first for both, or highly on the first page for both of these searches, allowing me to get like 70 more visitors a day or something like that. That's a whole lot when it's such high converting keywords like that. So, really good example like that. So what I also want to do, guys, is I want to start also scanning around, all right, online guitar lesson reviews. All right, so I see that showing up right there. All right, so I see online guitar lessons reviews actually showing up first right there. So, that's pretty handy right there. So that's pretty simple. But anyways, let's try and find another one. Online guitar lessons. All right, say I type in free online guitar lessons. Let's try and find a search I'm not ranked for. Okay, so you see right here, you see a few searches right here. Free online guitar lessons I'm showing up 5th for, and for beginners. And for beginners, I'm showing up 5th for. So what I want to do, guys, instead of going out there and trying to go and start ranking for more searches, what I need to do is actually get in the top 4 spots let me research that. Get in the top 4 spots for both of those searches right there. So what can I do about this? All right, the first thing, this is all comes down to just picking my winners. I want to rank for online guitar lessons for beginners because it's a pretty big search. So what I might want to do, guys, here's a few things I can do to increase my rankings for a search. I can put it, I'm not sure I want to put it in the URL. I possibly could do that, but you see I already got beginners right here and beginners right here. That might be too much. What I can do, guys, is I can go find some of my anchor text, all right? And I can change that to online guitar lessons for beginners, free online guitar lessons for beginners. Now let's jump over to the other keyword. And what that will do, really quickly before I jump over, it will then bump this up to probably about right here, and I'll be getting the traffic for that search as well. Now what I also see, guys, is I'm not ranking as well as I want to for free online guitar lessons. I'll get rid of that. I'm only ranking number 4 here. I'd like to be number 1 or 2. So what I can do, guys, in the title right here, I can type on free online guitar lessons. Or in the URL, I can change it to free online guitar lessons as well. Or I can throw the word free into a few other places on the page, which you can also see free guitar lessons right here. Google's telling me right here I don't have the word free online guitar lessons anywhere on my page. It's just picking it up right here. So what I should do is go find this part in my article. Let's go look at this right here. And this is how we can analyze our pages to then go and find the best way to optimize them so that we can get the best results. So I'm going to go Control Find right here and type in free guitar lessons. All right, so what I want to do right here, you see right here, all I want to do is simply change this text right here, the free online guitar lessons, and it'll make me a lot better optimized for this. See, Google literally tells me where I'm kind of missing it. On top of that, I can maybe add free to my title, add free to URL. And that's the easy way out there, guys, to get way more bang to my buck without building any more backlinks or changing up or actually spending any more money or building any more links at all. I just make these changes to my site based on the keywords that I'm not ranking as well as I want to rank for. Boom, bada bing. Now let's deal with another search right here, guitar backing tracks. This is when I'm not dominating quite as much. All right, you can see I'm right here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to see a few searches out there that I'm not currently dominating. All right, like best guitar backing tracks. All right, you can see I don't even think I'm on the first page. I'm right here. All right, so what I can do, guys, is I can go, and I already have it in the title, all right? I already have it right here. What I can do, guys, is I can go and add it in the content. You can see I have very little content on this page, and it always comes out really weird when I throw it in Firefox. Let's just throw it in right here. But I don't have the words best free guitar lessons or guitar backing tracks anywhere on the page. What I can do right here in my title right here, I can put in best free guitar backing tracks right there. I can add a few more like acoustic guitar backing tracks right here and so forth that will easily then go out there and make it so I can rank better for that search. And just making those few changes right there, guys, will drastically increase my rankings for this search right here. So very, very simple way to do that. Again, free guitar backing tracks. Let's throw that in there. All right, so you see I don't think, still in the same pace right there, want to do those exact changes. Add it to my title on that page, the little H1 font that I got going on right here. Want to throw it in the H1 font right there. Very easy way to go out there and get a lot more selections and searches going to that page and get a higher ranking. What else can I do to this page? All right, acoustic guitar backing tracks. There we go. Having to say so many tongue twisters and so many guitar words. All right, so one second, I'm going to clear my history really quick. All right, so I cleared my history. It's going to stay purple, though. But you can see I'm ranking really well for this one right here. So I can tell just by throwing it in there, it's going to help me with those rankings a whole lot. Now, look, I also noticed I spelled electric right here, so I'm probably not going to rank too well for electric guitar backing tracks. So throw that in there. Yep, same story right here. So what I definitely want to do, guys, on my page, this looks like one that will be a lot better to target. I really want to make sure I go and spell those words right on the page. So when I go back right over here, you can see, where is it ranking at right there? You can see with the acoustic, what I really need to do to get those same type of rankings I'm getting for acoustic is I really need to go out there and, you know, probably throw in, spell electric the right way on the page and so forth. Let's see about blues guitar backing tracks. Probably the same thing right here. So for my anchor text, what I need to do, guys, is I need to go out there. You can see I'm not ranking too well right here. I need to go out there and I need to change my backlinks a little bit as well. Probably add a few more about blues and electric because I'm already killing it with acoustic guitar backing tracks. So you see how I'm picking searches I'm not doing too well on to start organizing my new searches. Now, guys, when I build acoustic guitar backing tracks or electric guitar backing tracks this page, it's going to help it for best guitar backing tracks and the broad search guitar backing tracks at the same time. We have to understand that. So that's why when we build our anchor text, guys, we want to go, and every time we're building our new anchor text, we want to focus on words we're not ranking so well for so that we can keep broadly ranking for everything at the same time and gobbling up massive amounts of traffic. And that's why we want to go out there and pick our winners, and that's how we want to start planning our links when we start to get some traction, so we can see which ones we're not doing so hot in, and then kind of warp our anchor text on our links so we can rank really well for the ones we're not doing so hot in, and also support the rankings for the ones we are doing well in. So guys, that's all there is to that, and we're going to hop into the next video, which is about expanding into different niches. Hey, what is up? This is Becker, and welcome to the final video in section 7. Now, this is a really, really quick one. It's a little bit self-explanatory, but for anybody that's new to this, I want you to start thinking in this way. Now, when you're expanding your sites, expanding the extra pages on your site, what you might be tempted to do, say you go out there and you crush the search online guitar lessons. Okay, and what you might be tempted to do is then move on to other niches. What you really need to do is focus on total niche domination. That's how you're really going to rack in the most money. So as soon as you start ranking for one keyword, the first thing you really need to start doing is start trying to rank for the review terms of the keyword. Don't usually try and rank for the review terms first. Start ranking for the review terms after you start crushing the main keyword. Then what you want to do, guys, make more pages, make the under pages. Remember when we talked about the site design, where we have the under pages going on from the sub pages. What we then want to do, guys, is you want to start ranking for the separate affiliate programs you're promoting. All right, so I'm going to make a page for Jam Play review, I'm going to make a page for Guitar Tricks review, and I'm going to make a page for Music Man review. And then what I'm going to do is start ranking those pages, but have those pages link back to online guitar lessons in the same kind of design we showed you later on, so that while we're ranking these pages right here, shooting them up, it shouldn't take too many PR links, we're also still ranking our page online guitar lessons and getting it more and more and more and more broad rankings. So that's just a little tip or trick on how you want to start building it. Be sure to make a page for every affiliate program you're trying to rank for, and then go out there and absolutely crush it. So with all that being said, guys, really simple lesson right there. This is Becker, and we'll see you in Section 8, which is all about all the ninja tactics, ranking Facebook pages, stealing stuff, doing crazy things. We'll show you that here in a sec. Okay, guys, talk soon.